There are some things that are not acceptable in the UK at all. There are some things that you used to do back in your home country, especially Africans, that's when you bring it here is seen as a crime. What am I talking about? I'm talking about this African lady who even happens to be a judge back in her country, who came into the UK to do her PhD with her kids. She's landed herself in big trouble and she's been found guilty by the court and will be sentenced somewhere in May. It's so unfortunate. That's why when you move to the Western world or any Western country, you have to study their laws. Sometimes you will know, but you think you can get away with it. You never know, so you do not put yourself in the position where you'll be caught up by the law. So what did she do? It was an act of having a house help. You know, here childcare is really expensive, or having someone help you in the house is really expensive. If someone is working for you, you have to pay the person minimum wage. You can't have someone work in your house as a house help. You're not paying the person, and the person is just maybe because of food and shelter or some other arrangement that you have with the person. In UK, it's a crime. This woman might have known, but then she didn't think it was going to go against her because she's bringing someone from her country. So I'm sure it has crossed your minds to either bring your house help back from wherever you are coming from to come and stay with you, because things are hard. Things are really hard and it's expensive to pay for childcare if you're a working parent and you need someone to take care of your kids. You can't leave your kids alone. You have to have somewhere to leave them and then go to work. So what do? And this woman took the wrong approach, which has cost her dearly. So before we get into the story, which we are going to do that shortly, if you're coming across my channel for the very first time, my name is Philomena, and on this channel I talk about lifestyle, motherhood, living abroad, and general inspirations. So like this video as you are watching so YouTube can recommend it to as many as possible, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel to join this amazing family. Okay, let's get into the video. UN judge guilty of forcing woman to work as a slave. A United Nations judge has been convicted of forcing a young woman to work as a slave. Prosecutors said Lydia Mugambe took advantage of her status over her victim by preventing her from holding down steady employment while forcing her to work as her maid and provide childcare for free. The 49-year-old, who is also a High Court judge in Uganda, was found guilty of conspiring to facilitate the commission of a breach of UK immigration law, facilitating travel with a view of exploitation, forcing someone to work, and conspiracy to intimidate a witness. She will be sentenced on Oxford Crown Court on May 2nd. When the lady came to work for her, she took the lady's passport. She's keeping the lady's passport for him. She's preventing the lady from going to work, or is it restricted her work? I'm not sure. That when the lady came, she was either allowed to work for some time and later probably wasn't working for the lady that brought her or her family, so she decided that she should stop working and concentrate on working in her home. And that's after working somewhere where she probably even was doing the same work that she'll be doing at home, but being paid some good money, because obviously she's going to be paid minimum wage, right? And then being asked to stop now wouldn't go down well with her at all. And then when all this came out, the lady now called to intimidate the maid's family back at home to ask her to stop cooperating with the authorities here. And so she has also been charged with intimidating the witness. In a footage, Mukambe appeared shocked when an officer said he was arresting her under the Modern Slavery Act.
Unfortunately, I'm going to have to now arrest you on suspicion of keeping somebody in slavery and servitude under the Modern Slavery Act. So you don't have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention when questioned, something which later on in court,
Officer,
anything you do say may be used as evidence. All right. Sorry?
I am a judge in my country. I even have immunity. I am not a criminal.
You've got immunity in this country?
Yes. I have a diplomatic passport.
You're a diplomat?
Yes.
So we'll need to see that then.
Yes.
And then we'll need to speak to the embassy if you are a diplomat.
I came here as a student. I don't need her to work for me. I didn't come with her. She asked me because she has worked at my home before. She asked me.
So this housemaid, she's my house help, she's staying with me. This UK sees this as modern day slavery. And so if it has ever crossed your mind that you want to go and bring your house help that used to help you back in your home country to this place, come and help you here because you have no help, think twice about it, because you might just land yourself in trouble. Just manage and do what you are already doing, better than landing yourself in trouble. Yeah, because look at it, she's a judge and she's doing so well. She's just coming to further her education, do her PhD, and probably go back to her home country, because that's where she's a judge. She's not a judge in the UK, right? So in the court, the prosecutor said Lydia Mugambe has exploited and abused her victim, taking advantage of her lack of understanding of her rights to properly paid employment and deceiving her as to the purpose of her coming to the UK. She's a diplomat, and this happened to a diplomat. I'm sure she knew the laws very well, but then she felt she could get away with it. Probably something was not right. The relationship between she and the maid was not right, or something went off wrong, and this had to come out the way it did. And now she's going to face a jail time. It's so unfortunate. Let's see what her sentence will be come May 2nd. So if you are in a position where you are struggling with your kids and you do not know how you are going to cope, just manage how you are going. And if you have to decide to send your kids back to your home country, maybe it's the best decision than to rather decide to bring someone entirely different here to come and work for you and land you in a serious trouble. It's not so easy to go apart from your kids, but if you can manage the stress, just manage it. I don't know what will happen to the maid after. She probably might even get asylum, because she might say her life will be threatened when she goes back to her home country and everything. And now, who is at the losing end? What happens to her kids now when she goes to jail? Her immunity was stripped off. She's been arrested and she's facing jail time. She's going to be sentenced for her crimes. Okay, so guys, this brings us to the end of today's video. I hope we've all learned our lessons from this, and to advise ourselves against certain decisions when we think of bringing in people to come and stay with us, take care of our kids, take care of our homes. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.